Okay, Dan the bodybuilder from Thailand here. I am the caretaker of the Bodybuilding Knowledge Bro channel. So we're gonna talk about methyl trenbolone today. It's also called methyltrienolone or methyltren. I have visibly witnessed people take this, seen them do the injection and then gone to the gym afterwards, okay? And so we're going to talk about some of my experiences seeing this and its mode of action, okay? And but first, we're going to read a section from my new book, Ultimate Guide to ROIDS, okay? And this section on my new book is about methyl trenbolone, all right? And so this new book, Ultimate Guide to ROIDS, is available, and there's a link to it in the description of this video and also in the comments. So if you want to check it out, this book is the #1 resource for information that has ever been written on bodybuilding as you see it. Real bodybuilding as you see it, the guys that you look up to, the guys that you aspire to be, the physiques that you want to have. This is the honest, dead truth from me, okay? I used to be a guy who was, I wanted to believe that natties, or that steroids were natural, right? So, I wanted to believe Matt Ogus was natural. And so I hired his coach, and eventually I found out that that was bullshit, okay? And so then I went through a large period of time where I experimented and used all these drugs, and now I'm here to tell you exactly about what they did, and and the confusion, that's completely bullshit. That it's always been that people are lying about these things and everything. So for the first time, I'm just telling you exactly like it is. I'm not, I don't have any corporate interests. I'm not trying to step on eggshells and not offend any other bodybuilders. I'm just saying it exactly like it is, okay? So first things first, just before I talk about methyl trenbolone, I'll just talk about normal trenbolone, because methyl trenbolone also shares this effect, is that when you use it, your penis isn't as big, okay? I know that sounds like, what the fuck? But it has effects, okay? So it has certain effects localized in the penis, dude, trenbolone. And so it attaches to the androgen receptors. It's a very androgen receptor responsive tissue. It's usually being responsive to dihydrotestosterone. That's what makes you be able to get an erection, okay? So basically on Tren, you'll just notice, why is my dick a little bit smaller? Okay, it's not like a significant amount, but it's just not as big. And then maybe 3 or 4 weeks after finishing Tren, then it goes back to normal, and you're like, what the fuck? Like it. All right, on to methyl trenbolone. Methyl trenbolone, also known as methyltrienolone. So this is from I'm reading you Ultimate Guide to ROIDS. This stuff is used as the gold standard for scientific studies attempting to compare how potently steroid hormones activate the androgen receptor. The androgen receptor is the mechanism responsible for most of the effects of anabolic steroids. It's debatable how strongly methyl trenbolone attaches to the androgen receptor. However, it is not debatable that methyltren has a higher attraction to the androgen receptor than any other hormone scientifically known. Some estimates go as high as methyltren being 17,000 times more potent than testosterone in its ability to attach to and exert its effects on the androgen receptor. Methyltren is the most toxic anabolic steroid known. For those who are foolish enough to try to incorporate this drug into their bodybuilding arsenal, usual dosages range from 0.5, yes, to 5 milligrams per day. That's right. A common dosage for methyltren is 0.5 milligram per day. Expect every negative side effect from normal injectable trenbolone to be present during methyltren use, along with extreme central nervous system activation and delusions of physical power greater than you possess. I've observed friends experiment with this drug, and the effect it had on them looked more like the effects of cocaine or methamphetamine than anabolic steroids. Yeah, it did. It lights their central nervous system up so severely that they always have dilated pupils. There's always shaking and trembling uncontrollably and talking about nonsense. Methyltren is not a steroid meant to be used by humans. It never was. Unlike Superdraw or normal trenbolone, it has never even been considered to be used for humans or even in animals, okay? Methyltren's only legitimate use It's for science experiments and comparison. It kicks in about an hour after taking it and lasts for 4 or 5 hours. I've seen guys in the gym on this stuff after taking 5 milligrams methyltren looking like machines. Crazy strength lifting weights they normally lift for 8 to 10 reps, but for 15 to 20 reps just because of taking the methyltren an hour before their workout. It's crazy stuff, and again, from my observations, the main effect methyltren has is on the brain. It seems to have a similar effect to taking stimulants or hardcore recreational drugs as far as energy, delusional thinking, and inappropriateness. It's also incredibly liver toxic, and taking it for any extended period of time would be risking liver failure. Beware. All right, so now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, and I'm talk to you a little bit exactly what that experience was watching some of my friends take this stuff, okay? So I've seen it taken in oral form, and I've also seen it taken in injectable form, okay? So it seems to have a relatively similar onset of action, no matter what form it's in, injectable or in a tablet through the mouth, okay? And so this is methyltrenbolone. So basically what would happen is it would kick in probably about 30 minutes. The first signs would start. You know, they would just, this stuff is so strong, you guys, and it acts so strong in the brain, okay? It attaches in the brain in this extremely strong way that they really exert stereotypical effects of steroid use, because most of the bad side effects about steroid use are from trenbolone in the first place. You know, like, oh, you're gonna have like a small dick, or like it shrinks your balls so much, or like, you know, it makes you really aggressive. Like, those are things that trenbolone actually does. I mean, that may be exaggerated, you know. It just makes your dick a little bit smaller while you use it, and yeah, it does shrink your balls like a huge amount, like 40 to 50% while you're on it, and then after you're off, then, you know, it comes back. And yeah, it does make people quite a bit more aggressive. So so now that's regular trenbolone, okay? But now we're talking about regular trenbolone is 5 times stronger than testosterone, okay? Attaching the androgen receptor. We're talking about a chemical that is 17,000 times as strong as testosterone now with methyltren attaching to the androgen receptor. So yes, it produces the stereotypical effects of steroid abuse, okay? So about 30 minutes afterwards, my friends taking it, I would notice that they were acting a little bit like assholes, okay? And that's pretty common with guys who are on TREN, especially if you have bodybuilder friends who, you know, at one point they're not on TREN, and then they start using TREN all the time, and they get addicted to it or whatever, and they become total assholes. They're like not even the same person anymore. They're a total asshole, okay? I've definitely like had friends where I've been like, you're not even the same person anymore, man. Like, you suck. And they used to be like, you know, really close friends. So this stuff really, that's regular trenbolone. This is methyltrenbolone, okay? Much stronger. It produces the characteristic effects. So these guys, like, you know, like chin out and like, you know, like no emotion, and also like being rude as fuck when I would like talk to them, you know, being very rude. This is methyltren now. And then we would get to the gym, and when we get to the gym, it would be the same thing. You know, they'd charge into the weight room like this, you know, like, because they're pissed off, because it activates this like aggressive part. It's called your periaqueductal gray matter. And the periaqueductal gray matter, when it gets excited, okay, it creates activity in your brain in regions that control aggressiveness, okay? And so methyltrenbolone really has an extreme effect on this area of the brain. And so these guys are like tense, okay? Now like 45 minutes after taking it, extremely tense arms, walking into the gym, okay? Not saying anything, and you just see like flexed, okay? Like, I'm talking about like the arms are flexed and the hands are in fists. I'm not making this up. This is actually the really way this is. And then they start working out and they're stronger, okay? Like I've literally seen guys, you know, my friends, I'm not naming names, okay, because it's just inappropriate and unnecessary, okay? So, but these are guys that are known in the fitness industry that I'm talking about, okay? I've seen them on this stuff every single time. They go quiet in the gym, their hands go into fists, their hands are like this, their arms are like this, you know, flexed straight down, pupils dilated, shaking, like a little bit of shaking, uncontrollable shaking, like a tremor, and then talking about nonsense, okay? like gibbering and total nonsense. It's a bit freaky. And then on the weightlifting, yeah, lifting weights, you know, the same weights that I would see them normally lift for a max set of like 8 to 10 reps, doing like 15 to 25 reps with that same weight, okay? So it had a massive effect on their brain and their nervous system, okay? It looked more like taking cocaine or methamphetamine, like I said in the book, than it did looking like taking an anabolic steroid, you know? And so that was methyltren, you know? And yeah, this is the most toxic steroid there is. So, you know, there's really no reason to take this. It's very stupid. It's very foolish. And it's also something that comes from a lab, okay? And it's not meant for animals. It's not meant for humans. It's meant as the gold standard to compare all other hormones to and their ability to bind to the androgen receptor. So you have to really be like missing some screws to put this into your body, unless it's like a one-time thing for like research and personal education or something. But like, man, this stuff is messed up. All right, so this has been a presentation from the book Ultimate Guide to ROIDS, and it's available. There's a link in the description where you can get it, and there's also a link in the comments where you can get it. Ultimate Guide to ROIDS is the #1 book on performance enhancing drugs and supplements that has ever been released, telling the dark secrets of bodybuilding the way it is, okay? I'm someone who just wants to put the truth out there, and people can do what they want with it.